Hello guys and welcome to the spoilers for chapter 272 of Tokyo Revengers. And the title for chapter 272 is called Over Again. And so you guys, in the spoilers there were 13 different manga panels that got released today, and there was only one piece of dialogue. The last chapter ended with Shinichiro attempting to commit suicide by jumping off of a bridge, and while Shinichiro was drowning in the water, he suddenly activated his time leaping powers, and he performed his very first time leap. After time leaping, Shinichiro found himself next to Mikey, and Mikey was playing with a toy airplane. And in the first panel that we got in the spoilers, Mikey is still playing with his toy plane, and he is also jumping over Shinichiro. Before he attempted to commit suicide, Shinichiro said that he wanted to go back to the day of Mikey's accident, and now he time leaped back to that day. This is the same day where chapter 241 takes place, which means it is the same day that Sanzu got the scars on his face. While Mikey is running, he tells Shinichiro to get out of the way, but Shinichiro was still lost in thought, because he could not believe that he just time traveled. After telling Shinichiro to get out of the way one more time, Mikey kicks Shinichiro in the face. This is a funny scene, and in this chapter we will get to see some quality moments between Shinichiro and Mikey. Shinichiro looks around, and he sees Takomi Akashi, and then when he looks at the calendar he realizes the year is 1999, and the date is July 30th, and this means that he has time leaped 4 years back in time. After seeing Mikey, Shinichiro gets very emotional, and he runs over to give Mikey a hug. And while he is hugging Mikey, Shinichiro is also crying at the same time, and we can see how happy Shinichiro is to see his little brother. Mikey is a bit confused by Shinichiro's actions, and Mikey says that Shinichiro is acting strange. And this scene is also a parallel to when Takemichi first time leaps to see Hinata, because when he first showed up at her doorstep, he immediately started crying when he saw that she was alive. Mikey and Hinata were both dead in the future, so it makes sense that Takemichi and Shinichiro would start crying when they see their loved ones again. Takemichi and Shinichiro are both very similar characters, and I bet that Shinichiro is the only person who can understand what Takemichi has been through. Shinichiro thinks to himself that he is so happy that time leaping is actually real, and he says that this time he will protect Mikey. We also get to see a scene of Takomi Akashi, and he has his hair styled in a bun, and he is wearing a golden necklace. And he was wearing this exact same outfit in chapter 241, so this just proves that Shinichiro time leaped to the exact same moment that this chapter took place. After the Black Dragons disbanded in the original timeline, we never saw Takomi even once, so I wonder if he will play a bigger role in this timeline. So far his character has been pushed to the background, so I am hoping we will get to see more of him in the story. Anyway guys, the chapter then switches to later that day, and we see that Shinichiro went on a bike ride with Mikey. And Shinichiro is teaching Mikey how to ride a motorcycle. In the first chapter of the original timeline we saw that Mikey would ride on Shinichiro's bike, and Mikey would tell Shinichiro that he wants to drive the bike. Shinichiro probably had a lot of regret that he never got to teach Mikey to ride a motorcycle, so he is taking the opportunity to teach Mikey in this chapter. Mikey is having a lot of fun, and he is happy to be driving the bike. Shinichiro also has a happy facial expression, and he is smiling while riding with Mikey. After Mikey's death in the original timeline, Shinichiro never smiled even once, but now that Mikey is alive he is able to smile again. Shinichiro thinks to himself that everything will be fine, and he thinks that destiny has been changed. They are both smiling, and these brothers are having a great time with each other, and I love the strong bond between these two characters. When Shinichiro gets back from his bike ride he comes home to see Emma and his grandfather. After seeing that Emma and his grandfather are alive, Shinichiro gets very emotional again. In the original timeline Emma ran away from home, and Shinichiro's grandfather died, so Shinichiro basically had no family left. So in this chapter he is very glad to see his family again, and he starts crying out of joy. Emma also looks very cute in this chapter, and she is just doing some housework. It has been a very long time since Shinichiro has seen Emma, and so I know that he probably missed her very much. Shinichiro cares extremely deeply for his younger siblings, and we know that he basically raised them since they were children. And I think that it is a very wholesome moment to see Shinichiro reunited with his family. We also get to see a small panel of Senju, and as you guys can see, in chapter 241, Senju is hiding behind the door, and she is watching Sanzu, and Sanzu just got the scars on his face. And in the panel that got leaked we see that Senju is in the exact same position as in the panel where Sanzu got the scars. From Senju's backstory, we saw that Mikey had blood on his hands, and she thinks Mikey gave Sanzu the scars on his face. However, in Mikey's flashback there was no blood on his hands, so maybe we will learn the truth of how Sanzu got the scars on his face. We also get to see the moment that Mikey's toy plane got broken in this chapter, and we see that Shinichiro tried to fix it for him. Mikey is holding his broken plane, and he looks like he is very disgruntled with the fact that his plane got broken. And in this stage of the chapter, it seems like Shinichiro is trying his best to fix the situation, and he wants to make Mikey happy. However, in the next panel we see that Mikey has suddenly activated his dark impulses. Mikey looks like he is angry, and his eyes have turned white. It seems like this is the moment when Sanzu got the scars on his face, but it is still unclear how Mikey is involved in this situation, and we still don't know if he is responsible for giving Sanzu the scars on his face. It is possible that dark impulses is the curse that the homeless man was talking about, and he could have passed this curse on to Shinichiro, and this would explain why Mikey's dark impulses activated after Shinichiro returned to the past. In the next panel, the chapter switches to the aftermath of Sanzu getting the scars on his face. We get to see Sanzu sitting in a hospital, and he has bandages wrapped around his face and head. Sanzu looks like he is distressed, and his facial expression looks uncomfortable. Those scars must have caused Sanzu a lot of pain, and this level of pain would be very difficult for a fourth grader to handle. This is a very important moment for Sanzu's character, and we know that in the current timeline, he is like a completely different person. A backstory is long overdue for Sanzu's character, and also we still don't even know why Sanzu wasn't a founding member of Toman. The author hasn't done a great job of explaining the reason why he didn't join Toman, or how he got the scars on his face, so I am hoping that we will get to see this during his backstory. Anyway guys, that's all we got for the spoilers of chapter 272 of Tokyo Revengers. Also let me know what you guys think of the spoilers in the comments below. And like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and thank you for watching.